Okay, so that is awful bright. But never mind. May as well do something whilst I'm sat here doing nothing. And that is I was going to share stories about jobs I've had over the years. So let's go back to my first one. I won't count the taxi receptionist job, so that doesn't really count. Let's see, 1994, I was 19, it was summertime, and I'd gotten a summertime job at a local ice cream factory. It was called Pollard's. A couple of years later, they went bust and were bought up by Kelly's. So you can still see some of their slightly doctored recipes out there on the shelves today. I don't think they use the name Pollard's anymore. But they could if they wanted to, I suppose. They bought the entire company, copyrights and everything, titles, recipes. Anyway, so I was working at Pollard's, and the biggest thing to happen at Pollard's whilst I was working there was we had gotten a contract from Noel Edmonds to make ice cream for his theme park, which also went bust. I don't think it ever got, off the ground at all. You'd have to check to see what the details are on that. But we were making ice cream for their presumably big hit theme park. So let's see. Some of the amusing things from those recipes of ice creams was delicious vanilla we put in a tub, and the secret that made this vanilla so delicious was that it was actually butterscotch flavour. I don't know what was going on there, but yeah, delicious vanilla was butterscotch. We also made a gobbit in the bog titled recipe, which was a chocolate ice cream with white marshmallows in it. There was a slime recipe, which was basically just green coloured vanilla and raspberry ripple. Because the slime tank and Gungeon and stuff, that was very popular on his show. So we did a slime recipe. They came in these horrible plastic tubs with plastic handles, which we spent all days putting these plastic handles on. They had sharp edges, so as you're doing this, hours after hours, day after day, you get blisters. So it was unpleasant. So next we had, let's see, gobbit in the bog, slime, delicious vanilla. I had a couple of normal recipes, I guess, but the big one that we made during that time was the Mr. Blobby ice cream, which was vanilla. No, it was strawberry, sorry. Strawberry with yellow marshmallows. And one of the biggest problems was how do we get the marshmallows into the ice cream. They were anticipating selling a lot of Mr. Blobby, so that was what we made more than anything else. The marshmallows were put into a fruit feeder at first, which was a fruit feeder is all metal, and you put marshmallows into it, it just gunges the whole thing up and breaks it fairly badly. So besides, the fruit feeder went through little pipes as well, so the little pipes would get clogged and so on. So it wasn't working very well. We eventually went to a fruit feeder that had like a big tub on top and a plastic coil underneath. So the plastic coil would turn and feed it in bit by bit. So the idea was that you couldn't overfill this tub because all the weight of the marshmallows on top would crush the ones down below being churned up by this coil. And people would regularly get that all gunged and stuck together. Meaning, instead of getting marshmallows into the ice cream, you were just gunging up the machine. Excuse me. So yeah, that was one of the problems with the Mr. Blobby ice cream. Loads of it we made. We made it in 2-litre tubs, buckets. And because of the amount that we were looking to get, shipped out and made, they started looking into the possibilities of using machines to, put it in the tubs, put the lid on the tub, ship it around on a conveyor into the freezer. which went so badly. The machine they bought new had so many troubles with the measurements that it was putting into a tub. You know, you had to tell it exactly how much you were putting in, and they were always getting that wrong. I didn't operate the machine, so I don't know the exact problems, but the machine would end up overfilling the tubs. Ice cream was getting spilled everywhere, and it was going so badly at one point that the entire factory floor, which it was a fair-sized factory floor, was covered in a good inch of strawberry ice cream. Strawberry ice cream is quite slippery, especially if you're walking around in it in anything like normal footwear. Very slippery floor. It was a hard tile floor, which was, yes, it could be just hosed down at the end of the day, but in the meantime, you've got your entire staff slipping around on strawberry ice cream. Then there was the little tubs, these little things for kids, you know, these tiny little tubs that you eat with a wooden spatula. I had a machine that that was supposed to fill those as well, and that was hilarious because it was a machine that relied mostly on air to lift things up and put them in various different places. So it goes over and picks up a plastic cup, picks it up with the suction of air, and puts it where it's supposed to be, fills it, picks up a little paper lid, and is supposed to put that on top of the ice cream and the tub, and it neatly goes on and gets off to get put in a box. But the pressures were all wrong, so the the pickup was picking up more than one tub at a time. The lid pickup was picking more than one lid at a time. The pressure for putting the lid on the ice cream was all wrong, so it was either just dropping it on top or squishing the ice cream out in all various different directions and doing it over and over and over. So every time they'd start this machine up, you'd start getting tubs being picked up, shot off in various different directions, ice cream going everywhere. So they'd turn it on for about 2 minutes, and then have to turn it right back off again, clean up, reset, and start over. But yeah, that was a fun time. Ice cream all over the floor.